Our coverage of Pope Francis in America continues this morning.
Pontiff spending his first full day in the United States today and has a packed day of events beginning at the White House.
Eyewitness News anchor Danielle North is live in Washington with new overnight details on some Rhode Islanders who arrived in our nation's capital late last night. Good morning, Danielle.
That's right, they sure did, and we'll get more on their arrival in just a moment. But first, as you mentioned, the Pope will be beginning his day with an official welcome to the United States that will be happening on the south lawn of the White House just shortly after 9 a.m. He'll be standing alongside the president. They're both expected to speak briefly to a crowd of about 20,000 outside of the White House this morning. Following that, the Pope will then be part of a short papal parade along a portion of the National Mall. But perhaps the highlight of the day is when he celebrates Mass at the Basilica of the National Shrine later this afternoon. Now, as you mentioned last night, that small group of Rhode Islanders we've been following for weeks now arrived just after 10:30. This contingent of seminarians and priests from Providence College, they arrived in the D.C. area by bus, and as they were unpacking, they told us that they doubted they would be able to sleep very much because they were very excited about what was going to be happening today. They're going to be part of an intimate group inside of the Basilica, a crowd of only about 2,000. They'll be able to watch Pope Francis prepare the Eucharist, and then he will give them a special papal blessing. The group was actually able to watch coverage of the Pope's arrival in the United States on their journey here.
We watched it on the screens on the bus, so we were getting pretty excited watching him come in and greeting the president. So it was very good. It kind of made it real, like he's actually here now.
Finally felt real, like the Pope was finally in America, and it was kind of cool. He's known for always being kind of spontaneous, so it was kind of exciting. Wondering what is he going to do now that he's here? Is he going to go greet people? What's he going to do?
All right, so the Pope is going to be celebrating Mass starting at 4:15 this afternoon. He will be doing so in Spanish, and he will be canonizing 18th century missionary Junipero Serra. That is the first time that someone will be elevated to sainthood here in the United States. Pat?
All right, Danielle, for those folks who don't have tickets to the Mass, how will they be able to get a glimpse of the Pope? And it sounds like watching it on TV might be the best option for a lot of people.
Well, for a lot of people, yes, but there is an addition to his plans here, and that is that papal parade that was just added to his agenda several days ago. So what's going to be happening is when he leaves the White House, the Pope will actually be going into his retrofitted Pope-mobile and will be making his way along Constitution Avenue and around two other streets as well. So the city of Washington, D.C. is expecting about 18,000 people will actually get a chance to have a quick glimpse of the Pope as he passes by those streets. We saw overnight the barricades being put up for the crowds that are expected to turn out for that public viewing.
Thanks, Danielle. We'll check in again soon. You can count on Eyewitness News for the most comprehensive local coverage of the Pope's visit continuing through Sunday. You can get extended coverage on WPRI.com right now, including all of the latest headlines, a photo gallery, and Pope Francis's complete itinerary for his trip.
Retrofitted Pope-mobile. That sounds like a cool set of wheels. Danielle North with much more all morning long here on Eyewitness News, and she will join us again also tonight on Eyewitness News starting live at 5. Mike Montecalvo also headed out on the road. He is going down to Philadelphia. His reports from Philly start tomorrow.